Yeah, I got to do this flight on Friday. I've really like. You ever try to just break down how you're gonna do 6 hours?
No.
Like in terms of like, I don't. I guess I never actually end up following my plan, but I always have to like in my head. I try to break down how many movies I'm gonna watch,
Wow.
how much time I'm gonna spend just sort of like trying to sleep and zone out, and then there's always gonna be the last 40 minutes or so where I'm kind of going crazy.
Well, you seen the new TikTok thing? You got raw dog it, dude. Just look at the
Yeah.
screen.
I was thinking it's so sad about that whole like raw dogging the flight thing.
Yeah.
Is that most of those guys are lying.
All of them.
But it's like, think about how much they're recording themselves doing a video, and then, they probably wait like 5 minutes, and then immediately the fucking plane switch or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to be good to go. Don't you got an iPad, too?
Hey, I got an iPad.
Dude,
The thing is,
flying's easy for you.
I have so much stuff. Well, the problem for me is I just don't do this very often. For you, it's like you're always on and off these flights. So I think
would
psychologically you can like kind of get, how to cope.
I got my trick, dude. Me and you were the right height. You might be an inch too tall, I'm not sure. But what you could do is right after the flight takes off, take your bag and put it over here on the other side of your feet.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
Then you could do that fake recline. Dude, I'm asleep before the flight even takes off anymore.
Really?
Sometimes I'll wake up, we'll still be on the ground. People will be all pissed off.
Oh, wow.
I'm out like a light. Then again, I never sleep right, so I'll be up a day and a half sometimes.
Yeah.
I get on the plane, I'm exhausted.
I don't think I've ever slept on a flight.
Yeah, you got to stay up all night.
16 hours. Even then, I'm still just like, it just makes me miserable.
There's a time I woke up, dude, the plane just dropped about, I don't know, a bunch of feet. The thing came down. I don't know, he was turning.
Wow.
He didn't even mention anything. He knew he screwed up. Like, it's just not, okay, a little bit of rough air, just nothing. Dude, no airbags came down, but the doors with the luggage opened up.
Whoa.
Like,
Yeah.
And I felt scared for a second.
Well, you also you went from like unconscious sleep to immediately just like,
Yeah. People panic, screaming, kids screaming. It was like, it was a hell of a drop. It was during the hurricane thing.
Oh,
so,
right.
It's storming. We go up. Boom.
Wow. Yeah, nobody ever thanks the pilot afterwards for fixing it.
You know what I realized?
Because you did go from like, he did save the day, basically.
Well, they wait till after the flight, but the thing is, if a pilot knows he did bad, it's like a comedy show. I mean, he doesn't come out and shake hands.
What's he supposed to do?
Right. We don't.
You don't know if a better pilot could have gone through,
right.
the air. There's turbulence in the air. It's this is not pilot error.
I noticed. I don't know if you ever noticed this when they land hard. Sometimes they landed a little too hard. They don't come out. They're not out there smiling with.
Right. Well, the takeoff landing that's all they actually do. Everything else is just pushing buttons.
Yeah.
So all that like turbulence shit, it's like the guy's not up there like a couple degrees left, couple degrees right. That's all just like AI and stuff.
It's funny. Last time I was on a flight, I asked for flight wings. I just thought it'd be cool to have some.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady was like, "No, these are for children."
Yeah, of course.
It's just crazy.
You think they got adult-sized wings?
I can't believe they would just say no to me like that.
Well, it's funny. They only have one. It's not like it's a small wing.
Right.
It's just they're saving these for little kids.
Yeah, they're saving them for little kids.
Yeah. Well, it's like going to the dentist asking for a lollipop or something.
Yeah, I mean, we should get that too.
Yeah, but it's like they only got so many of these wings. They got it.
I guess.
There's little kids who are still full of wonder. And you fly all the time.
Well, I told her, I said I never flew when I was a kid, and she just walked away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do with these wings? Little kids, though. I mean, like, you missed out because you didn't get to be like a 6-year-old kid on a flight.
Yeah, but you get
those
to go
first
in
couple
the
times,
cockpit.
it's pretty exciting.
I'm sure.
I mean, like, especially if you're one of those kids, you probably would have been into, like, mechanics kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Touching the buttons.
But just, like, looking outside and trying to guess what kind of engine it's got and, like, looking at wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
Some kids, my nephew's like that. He's like, he's into trains and stuff.
Yeah. No, I was into trains too. Yeah, all that stuff would have been cool. I missed out. So I'm like, man, I want to go in the cockpit, sit on the captain's lap,
Right. Well, that's also pre 9/11. You missed out on the good old days of flying.
Yeah.
These days, you can't go up and hang out with, Back in the day, I think, like, in, like, the 80s, I think that door was just open.
Huh.
If you just got up and, like, if you accidentally walked down the wrong aisle, you could just end up in the cockpit.
I wonder how much a flight ticket was in the 80s. Like, think they were just standard $1,000?
It was more, yeah.
Wow.
It was a lot. Yeah, there wasn't, like, Southwest. And, like,
I'm going
Frontier.
round trip to Ohio, 264. I get to bring a rollerboard. I don't like how Spirit won't, there's a fine line between if you're allowed to bring a bag or not.
You taking Spirit?
No, that's why I didn't take it.
Oh,
Spirit's flight was $93, but there's always some weird
bag.
bullshit going on with Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I did $264. I didn't do the insurance.
Nah.
I'm like, come on, I'm not doing the insurance. They really make you want to do the insurance now. They put it in bold red letters. Any extra expenses.
They know how fucked up the flights always are. So it's like if you've gone through enough bad experiences, they'll you know.
Well, the thing is, if they cancel my flight, they still got to give me another flight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right, even if without the insurance.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I went out and bought a Nintendo. It's like I don't even think I'm gonna play this thing. But it's like I got a 2 6-hour flights coming up. I'm gonna be at the airport for a long time. It's like I got Mario Kart ready.
Yeah.
I'm about to get Zelda. It's like I feel like I could kill at least 3 hours of that flight doing that. But it's like I still got to account for the next 3 hours.
You know,
So
whenever my flights go by the fastest when I'm next to like a cute girl and I talk to her. That's what you need to do.
But it's
Wear
like
some
you don't know what
shorts.
you don't know what. You know, you get your ticket. You just get
Yeah,
assigned.
sometimes you get lucky though.
Yeah, I mean that's like maybe 1 out of every 5.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's
you're
almost-
right.
It's
1
almost
out of
always
every
just
10.
like just some fucking guy. Yeah.
And sometimes she don't want to talk to you.
Well, people also have like everybody else is also dealing with this psychological thing of like headphones,
Mm-hmm.
neck pillow, you know, zone out, raw dog, whatever.
Do you got a neck pillow?
Nah.
Yeah, me
I mean,
neither.
I used to have one, and it's like this isn't more comfortable than just having more freedom.
I'm telling you, dude, I sleep no problem always. I've been on way too many
wow.
flights.
Yeah.
I cross my arms. I'm out.
But there's this new thing they're doing on TikTok where you take the seatbelt and you sit like this, and you wrap the seatbelt around your ankles,
Wow.
and then you like lean forward and sleep in like a little ball. I don't think you could pull it up.
Yeah, dude, I don't even need to.
That's like a girl move, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you see these guys sitting with their... I can't stand when these dudes take their shoes and socks off. I don't mind a girl, but it's like, dude, because girls' feet are supposed to be out in public. But, dude, I don't want to look at a man's foot.
Well, if you're a guy and you take off your shoes on the flight, your feet gotta stay low. At least keep them under the seat. But some guys like they put them up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if they're in like the front row where like with the wall.
Yeah.
It's like that's disgusting.
Or
yeah.
they got them all out in the aisle, right?
It's
right
like
in
no,
your
it's gotta be
peripheral.
like ankle height. That's the highest you can put your foot.
I get aggravated so much, little things like when somebody's got their feet out in the aisle and the cabin steward or whatever they're called, they'll be like, excuse me, we're going to walk through here a lot. Can you just please not do that? When they got to tell them 7 times, dude, I'm almost ready to turn around and be like, are you fucking dense? Did you hear that? People just want to stick, or they'll have their feet all crossed and
Well, the thing
boot
is,
all by your arm.
people realize that like because you've gone through so much trouble going through security, get to the airport, go through security, wait to the board, and you get through all that stuff. Once you get on the plane and that door closes, it's like, I'm in.
Right.
There's nothing. All rules are now done because it's like I followed all those rules.
Yeah.
Now it's like, what are you gonna do? Turn around?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I'm a fucking terrorist. We're still going to Portland.
I had a dude punch the back of my seat 8 times because I reclined it.
That's a new thing. I've been hearing about. This is like a new because seats have always reclined.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was just the rules.
Entitlement.
But now it's like, yeah, people have these like little. That's like, oh, I'm like the kind of guy that punches a seat now.
Right.
Where that's just their
I was
policy.
so shook up.
Yeah.
I didn't know what did it. It was the back. I thought it was a kid kicking the back of my
Yeah.
seat. And I stand up and the dude's about 40 years old. And he's like, hey, bud, the seat don't go back. I'm like, yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I was like, it went back.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I ever feel bad is if you're in the second to last row.
Oh, yeah.
That guy can't lean back at that point.
There's nothing he could
That's
do.
a problem, yeah. Anything
And we
else?
weren't in that situation.
Yeah.
Here goes the thing that pissed me off. A cabin steward seen it all going on, and she said, well, you could switch. There's a middle seat open over there if you want to recline.
Yeah.
So I couldn't put back my seat? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I should just be allowed to put back my seat. This dude, where he fucked up was, and I don't know how they let him get away with this, he brought a military-sized duffel bag that could fit 2 bodies in it as a carry-on. Like, dude, it's literally 4 feet long. It's taking up 2 aisles. It's all in the middle. It's this fat. So he had his legs up on it.
Was it like, it was actually like camo
Yeah, it was one of the straight up armed. This was an
guy's
army
probably,
dude.
He's got
yeah.
probably in the military,
Oh,
so it's like you
guaranteed.
get privileges if you're like, wounded veteran or something.
Maybe he was wounded veteran.
Well, the guy, they get to get on the plane earlier.
I gave him PTSD when I put that seat back.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even, dude. I just cracked it back, and the dude just started wailing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the other thing too. It's like we're always saying. It's like, do you go from not fighting to actually fighting a guy in that situation? That is an insane time to actually get into a fist fight.
At an airport. Yeah, in the middle of the air.
In the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's like, if the fight does get bad enough, I think they do have to land the plane.
Either way, I'd be screwed for life. If
Yeah,
you
that's
want to be
also
a
no fly
comedian,
list.
you can't.
Yeah.
You gotta just be a bitch at the airport. Dude, I go through so much shit. One dude, we're pissing. Dude's just looking right over the urinal at me. I'm like, dude, anytime guys hang outside of a male's bathroom and they keep running in there, dude, they're up to something.
Yeah.
It's like you need to go in there.
The airport is because they're drinking,
right?
And they're probably like a guy who's nervous about flying.
Yeah.
So it's like to compensate for that, it's like I'm just gonna do some weird pervert shit.
Look at some dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit like that I just
Mile
can't
High
stand
Club,
airports.
Yeah. Well, it's just like these are the if you ran into that guy at like outside in the normal world, he's probably not gonna act like that.
Right.
This is just like people are at their worst when they're in that situation.
Yeah. Flight's delayed. You gotta go peek a little.
Yeah. Well, this guy's Nintendo ran out of batteries, so.
Yeah, dude, my buddy, we used to work together for 10 years. We worked for this millionaire, and he's the straightest dude you'd ever meet, but he actually used to measure. That's why I never hung out with him, actually, when we were growing up, because all his friends would measure the size of their dick on the wall, and they'd put it right next to, like, their name. They'd sign it.
Oh, wow.
But either way, he went and looked at our boss's dick and got caught, dude.
Wow.
Yep. They moved him to a different department. He used to work right-hand side with the boss, the owner of the whole place. And he'll tell us, he goes, I just had to look.
I wonder if that's like if he tried to talk his way out of it. It's like, no, you don't understand. We got a whole system over here.
Yeah.
Don't you want to follow the rules? Look, everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to measure it.
Yeah, no, this is like... I don't know if you're like, hey, I didn't do it, but he didn't hide it. He's not that good of a sneaky guy. Like, he's kind of a big dude. He's pretty open about it. He said he just glanced and dude just looked at him and gave him a look like, what the fuck's your problem?
Wow.
And next day he found out he had to change departments. They sent him across the street.
Wow.
Yep.
That guy is born in the wrong age, huh?
Yeah. He's a mailman now.
This would have been like, no, but back in the 50s or something. That's just how you went down.
Yeah, you just got to check, I guess.
Back in Mad Men days.
Yep. But that was him.
Can't act like that with Joe Biden.
Yeah, so you never know if these guys at the airport.
Can't look at dicks anymore. Keep talking.
You never know if these guys in the airport, if they got issues or if they're just, maybe it's just a comparison thing.
Yeah.
I never really felt the need to compare.
I'm glad that it's like, even from a little young age, I was never actually afraid of flying. But I can imagine, I mean, like, it's one of those fears, I think that's one of the top fears, but it's like, that is such a logical fear to have.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I mean, that's not like it's a weird one. It's not like you're afraid of, fish or something. But it's like, no, this is a perfectly logical fear. We're in the fucking air. And it's like this whole thing, you have no control over what's happening. But at the same time, it's like I have zero fear of flying ever.
I gave it no thought. Now I have fear of flying, but I didn't before. I never
you still fly.
really considered it. Yeah, but I
have
a little bit of fear.
If you had real fear, though, you wouldn't fly.
There are a fear of being broke.
Exactly. There are a lot of guys who just straight up don't fly.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I have nightmares.
There's some people who like take a bus to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is, I just hope it's crazy to me how much I fly that I'm like, this is a numbers game.
Yeah, yeah. Just like driving.
You talk to some of these cruise ship comics, they'll be like, "Oh no, you'll be a little shook up from a plane crash, but you'll be all right."
Well, it's like your odds of getting into a car crash much higher than a plane crash, and like a bad car crash. I mean, the numbers are way higher for a car crash than a plane crash. Plane crash, it's like, you're making the news for that. No, there's no car crash that makes the news.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I always used to think though, it's like when I was in college. I lived at this house when I was in San Diego, and it was like one of those situations where when you're driving, you have to make the left turn,
Yeah.
get to it, but it's not like a light. It's an unprotected left turn.
Right.
So it's always just like you're waiting. There's like a half a second. It's like, bam, now.
Yeah.
So you got to do this crazy, like, dangerous left turn. And it's like, I got to do this exact turn every single day. At some point, I'm going to crash.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to move after a while. It's like, I've gotten through 2 years of this.
Wow.
And it's like, at some point, this was going to be, how could you not get into a crash?
Right.
You're always taking something in your hands.
Yeah, I drive slow, man. I can't stand when somebody's driving fast. You're out with a friend. I got this one buddy, dude. He just drives like an asshole, dude. I can't even hang out with the dude. I'm nervous in the dude's car, dude. He's doing about
they're like
140. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, a ridiculous amount of speed at night.
Wow.
To where you're just like, dude, and he's sober.
Wow. Well, I mean, I feel like driving fast, if we're just gunning it and you're just going straight, I don't think it's that dangerous. But when you get the guy who wants to like left lane, right lane, cut over two, yeah.
And it's always, for me, the guy drives normal until I bring a girl in the car. Now he's driving like a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what,
Yeah.
What are you
Especially
doing?
if it's a manual transmission.
Oh, dude, forget about it.
Yeah. It's not it's not really manually to drive like automatic and to floor it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no, if you really get to go clutch, shift, clutch, shift.
Well, I remember people in high school when they didn't have a race car, but they had like an older car,
Yeah.
but it wasn't stick shift. Like, those 85 Monte Carlos. But
no, it's a thing like this.
Oh, yeah, they had that too. But no, people used to, they'd put their foot on the brake and the gas at the same time. I guess they'd loosen up like the back brakes, or if you needed
peel
back
out?
brakes, it worked. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you could have your front brakes holding down and you're flooring the back brakes.
Oh,
A lot of people used to do that.
But it's also like if you're driving an automatic, you don't get that same like jump.
Especially
it does have to go still, like,
if it's one of those transmissions like that are timing and calculated.
Yeah.
It's like you're just beating the shit out of your car.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not. You can tell you're beating it.
Yeah.
It's that got that real hard shift.
Yeah. That's what I've gotten this far in life. Still never learned how to drive manual. I'm probably never going to at this point. But that is one of my big regrets. Is that when I actually was at the first driving age, I wish I could have been like that, peel out kind of guy.
You'd learn it quick.
Well, I can't. Where am I going to get? No one's going to let me borrow their car.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want a manual car.
Yeah.
These new cars got that tap shift, though, where you could still peel out. You're just, like, tapping this thing.
But I think the satisfaction of, especially, like, I never drove, like, a Mustang or something. But just, like, bam, 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 bam.
Pushing in the clutch.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of these new cars now, I think for the kids, they're changing it. They're eliminating the clutch.
Yeah.
They're doing, like, this thing where you just 2 fingers, you could just tap it.
Well, I think these days it's like a Tesla where like it's a computer or something in there.
Oh, yeah, it's probably going to move up to that. But those Mustangs, though, those things are they still try to make them like muscle cars.
Yeah.
If you had a new Mustang or satin one, that pony interior.
Yep. Well, there's always going to be assholes out there.
I want a car, dude. Imagine how different our lives would be. We had something sick right now just to go drive around, couple leather jackets.
I mean, I would think that if we didn't live in New York City.
Right.
If we lived anywhere else, it's like, yes, that would be a pretty big goal. That's not even a goal for me at this point.
But if you got a car in New York, you're really shitting on them.
Oh, there's probably a lot of guys in Manhattan, millionaire guys, who probably don't even have a car.
Right.
Once you got money like that, it's like you're always just, in the back of a SUV somewhere.
Yeah, that's the next level shit. I want to be right in between.
Yeah.
I want to pick a girl up, and
you
be
pick
like,
her up and you got a driver though. That's the
that's
when you're really working.
Yeah.
And it's like a black dude who doesn't talk.
And you know his name.
And he's
too.
just like a big he used to play football.
Hey Bear.
Yeah.
Make it right here. Yeah.
Oh, the guy who's like he drives and you're telling some really fucked up story. He doesn't even react.
Yeah,
he pretends like he doesn't hear you.
The biggest problem with having a bodyguard is if your woman's just not gonna think you're a man. Like, somebody comes and talks shit to you, your bodyguard smacks them. Your woman's not gonna be turned on by that. She'll feel safe,
she is.
But you think
you're a fucking billionaire? Yeah. You think if you're like an NFL player and someone's fucking with you, you don't actually handle it yourself.
Right.
You got a guy.
You got
like those guys don't have trouble getting women.
Right.
He plays for the fucking Packers. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Once you got money like that, though, where you got, because like it's funny because I saw it down the street here. I don't know if it's prom or something. There's like a limo that was
Okay.
parked on the street for a while over here, and it was like one of the old white limos from like the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen like a limo lately, but they look fucked up
Right.
because the back. This is the same model from like 1995.
Yeah.
So it's like that white, that kind of off-white limo,
Yeah.
and the paint's all peeled, and like you can kind of see inside. It looks all like it has been refurbished.
Mm-hmm.
That's how rich people used to roll back in the days. It's like you'd want to show up if you were like Donald Trump rich. You'd show up with the white limo
Yeah.
with like champagne or something. But that's not how rich people act anymore.
I see.
Now it's just like you're in the back of a Escalade.
They got that limo over by. They park it in front of the bars in West Village.
Yeah,
They say $100 a person.
yeah, it's tacky.
Drive you around for an hour.
It's just like bachelorette party stuff now.
Yeah, no, the Escalade's the way to go.
Escalade,
or even like one of those Mercedes big vans, them bubble
the
vans.
Sprinter van,
Yeah, that would be that's shitting on the Escalade.
some Kevin Hart shit.
Yeah, dude, you get a black Sprinter.
The
You
problem-
could stand up in there.
Yeah. Well, the thing with like an SUV is theoretically you could drive yourself if you wanted to. There are certain cars. Once you get that Sprinter van, it's like now you need a guy.
Right.
Now you got a whole staff with you back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, making business calls.
And I'd just be chilling back there. The traffic in New York wouldn't bother me.
Oh yeah, right.
Just on my phone making a video.
Think about it too. It's kind of a shame that Kevin Hart has that big ass van, and he's like 5'2".
Yeah.
You don't even need all that space.
I mean, I'm sure that's still probably pushing the limits of standing up. How big do you think they are in there?
I think you still. It looks
6
like.
foot guy can
I mean,
stand
yeah,
up.
Kevin Hart's definitely.
But the Rock
That dude
ain't
could do-
Oh yeah, Hart can stand up in there.
But it's almost even just like you see Kevin Hart's always like pictures on Instagram. It says like comedic rock star. He's on a
Yeah.
private jet or something. It's like this dude doesn't need all that space. If you're
Yeah.
a little guy.
Yeah, sick coach.
You ever been when you're sitting in coach and you see the guy who's like 6'7"?
Yeah, and they're right next to me.
Yeah. Think about how much more fucked up that experience is for him.
Yeah, I mean the problem is though these guys make it harder for us too.
Well,
His legs are all like this.
He can't fit in that
He
space.
could fit in Comfort Plus.
He can't. But he doesn't have money. Just because he's 6'7" doesn't mean he's making money like that.
Yeah,
There's
but
no like. It used to be more of a correlation between your height and your income.
yeah,
It's like no, that dude still gets stuck on
there
the same
is short dudes.
Spirit flight.
Yeah, I noticed short guys are making tall man money now.
Oh, I mean, you look at who has money in the world now. It's Chinese guys. It's Indians.
Right.
It's guys in Dubai.
Yeah,
These are short cultures.
5'6" people.
Dudes who are 5'6" wearing fucking Armani.
Yeah, it's true with those leather shoes. I see
Smoking
them all
hookahs.
the time. First class, all tan.
Yeah. I got a wife he doesn't talk to.
They're not sweating or nothing.
Oh yeah, well they got the fucking Floyd Mayweather glasses and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see them in first class a
Hey, even
lot.
Floyd Mayweather. That dude's tiny.
Little man.
Yeah. All that space is wasted on him. I feel like in like a ideal world, if we actually were being like logical about the whole thing, tall people would just get tall seats.
Right.
Short people we'd do the flight would be organized by height.
It should be. They
Yeah.
should have different sections, height and weight.
Yeah.
Or even just sizes.
Or like little
are
kid
you a large? Are
sections.
you an extra large?
Yeah. Or yeah, I mean like there's no reason why everybody has to be,
They could put the kids all together, put some of that shit from old hospitals. You know, the little
Yeah.
trains or,
give
the
them
little.
some puzzles to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have them all back there.
Yeah, and if it's like a couple that really wants to get down, it's like, no, you guys can share a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Let her sit on your lap for a while.
Man, there is nothing like when you're next to a hottie on the plane, though. There's something about girls being on planes.
Because she's stuck with you.
Yeah. They just get a certain distance from their husband, and all of a sudden it's free game.
Well,
You'll see 'em.
you know she can't leave either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be like, let me make sure my phone's off. When I drink, I get a little flirty.
Wow.
That's what this girl said that was sitting next to me. She's feeling the cloth on my shorts. I'm like, she's like, what are these? I'm like, this shit-
Shorts.
Yeah, it's when I got them from over here, some bullshit from the Bronx.
Yeah,
Or like, you know,
these are and one shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, these are just, these are a
Well,
material.
that's also like that guy who's checking you out in the bathroom. This is all just what fear. This
Yeah.
is how people compensate for fear. Or this girl's scared she's flying, so it's like I got to distract myself with this disgusting guy.
Yeah, she was with these guys before at the bar, and they're all getting her hammered drunk. This dude's trying to get me to change my seat. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good.
No, this is what I paid for.
He's stuck in the middle behind me.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I got to get that status up, though, man. I got to be one of those first-class guys.
Yeah. So you're going back to Ohio?
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of content coming out. I'm going to a swap meet. I'm going to maybe a horse barn. I might ride a horse.
A horse barn?
Yeah.
Oh, is it your sister's?
Yeah.
Wow.
I might try to ride a horse, see if maybe, I don't know what the rules are.
Does she have like a regular horse? Or
They just put it down. It was the one, there was one, the horse she grew up on riding.
Wow.
His name was, I want to say, Magic. There was a horse with a tooth growing out of its skull that was mentally insane. She was the only one that was able to ride it, but it was so cool. It would take a piece of grass, like you feed it hay, and it would stick it in the fan so it makes a weird noise, and it would smile.
Weird.
Like, talk about a smart horse.
I mean, I don't know if it's that smart, but
Dude, they'd stick a piece of hay in the fan that makes a noise.
I mean, I'd be more impressed if it could do math or something. I don't know how much it's really going to gain from
Yeah, dude,
making
had a tooth growing out of its skull.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, even if somebody like said, "Hey, do you want to try your hand to ride this horse?" I think I would still,
I'd do it because I feel like the only people that I get, like when you see somebody with really short arms or something or short legs and they're riding a horse, that I'm like, how'd that even happen? Because there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to hold yourself. You ever see, I know somebody, just a long torsoed person. They got these, it looks fake almost. But
T-Rex.
Yeah, T-Rex and the short little legs and short little arms.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they stay on that horse. He's a polite fella, but he just hops straight on.
It's all just thigh strength. It's all just,
Yeah.
left, right, left, right, left, right. So it's like you feel one with the horse, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, man, how do you do that?
Yeah.
It's just crazy watching him. He's up there, clenched on that little thing. Because you never sat on a horse.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah? So they got some wide, I mean, their bellies are wider
It's
than
big.
you think.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's like after you get off the horse, that you are like, you get the cowboy walk.
Yeah.
It's a very natural thing.
Yeah.
Have did you used to go on horses?
I never sat on a horse. My sister does. I'm terrified. This is going to be the first time. Legally, if I could. You might have to take a class.
Legally you can, but it's like, I think this is kind of a danger. I mean, when I was on a horse, we were in like a trail or something, so it was like they gave me the old fucked up horse. That doesn't do
these
anything.
are wild horses.
Yeah, you're on like a real
Ohio
Bronco
horse.
Yeah, Midwest horse.
These are ones that run. You got to. My thing is, I don't want to smack a horse on the ass with that thing.
Well, it's not even that. It's like you do like the squeezing your ankles.
Yeah.
You give it a nice little tap.
But you ever see them when they really
Also, yeah, that's if you're like, that's if you're trying to make it actually go. I don't think you're actually trying to go for speed if you're.
Yeah, I jump something maybe. People jump shit with horses.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those things where your sister is gonna be like, you're gonna watch her just jump on the horse and do some backflips and shit, and you're gonna try to do that, and she's gonna be like yelling at you like, no, don't do that.
I'm terrified.
You're gonna be taking off through
I'm
the
scared
parking
of
lot.
heights too. Well, some of these horses just got a mind of their own. You gotta know how to control them,
especially if they're like real, like young in
they're
their prime
not broken
horses.
in yet.
Yeah, they haven't been trained. So you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna go
shoot some guns.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's gonna be some videos coming out. I want to go to a shooting range.
You're staying with your parents?
Yeah, and my brother's got some props. He bought a new camera too, a Black Magic, man. He went all out.
Nice.
He got a nice one, the Pocket. He's holding out for a lens now. Found a nice lens.
You could shoot a rap video at his house.
I'm gonna bring my camera there and try to get some footage, some B-roll of Ohio.
Nice.
We'll get some stuff. I want to go down to the gun range. Maybe do some horses, go to some car shows. Hopefully get some content, man.
Oh, yeah. You got to get like one of those like big hamburgers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of those big Midwest size. Like, can't even hold it.
I don't even know where I'd get that at.
Yeah.
I'd probably get a steak somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nice old meaty, big old thick cut.
Yeah.
You want to go to people's houses that are smokers, like smoking barbecue. Like they'll be
pork shoulder.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, we're smoking.
Throwing a shoulder in there.
Come over.
Yeah. Do you stay in like your old room when you're back at the house?
No, I don't have a room.
Wait, this is a different house. You didn't grow up in this house. Oh, okay.
I just, I mostly sleep on the couch or whatever. My brothers pass out at a bar somewhere with my friends.
Right. Whenever I'm hanging out, I'm about to be seeing my family this weekend too. It's like, that's the other reason why I got the Nintendo going. It's like, I know. Whatever it is we do during the day, whatever it is we're doing at night, dinner, the night ends at like 8:30. My nephew's going to bed. Everybody's going to bed at like 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're just staying with your brother for a week?
3 days. We're staying like down the street from his house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got,
your
like, an
parents are staying
Airbnb.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a whole. Is there a big special occasion or?
No, we usually just do a couple times a year.
Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
either go to Portland or I'll go to the Bay Area.
And did they come up? Your parents came here, right?
Yeah. They came here like a month ago.
Damn, so you're getting a lot of family time.
It's a lot.
man.
Yeah. I've been thinking of that too. I mean, like the flights, the flight prices have gone down.
Yeah.
I should just be a guy who's just jumping around more. I don't know.
I don't know why you're not, man.
Just all this airport shit.
But what about just jumping around to these other clubs? Do you email people? That's the thing. We don't email people. That's the whole problem.
We don't ask. And it's like, I know I'm going to be breaking even. And it's like,
Yeah.
they have the idea that I'm like getting on a plane and dealing with the airport and all that shit and not making money and like not seeing my family. It's hard to get the motivation to actually get over that hump.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I have
man.
like no desire to like just go walk around the city somewhere.
It's boring.
Oh, we're in fucking New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go is going to be boring. That's the biggest downside.
Yeah, unless we go to Hong Kong
I
or
get
something.
depressed when I see the light coming through the hotel room. When I smell hotel, it gets me depressed.
Mhm.
I know what I'm gonna need, dude. I'm gonna have to find a girl to travel with me. I need that, dude. I don't like this shit on my own. I mean, you find a buddy that's really cool, you probably have some fun, but I need a woman that's like, listen, I'm going to get rid of all my dreams. I need a woman with that 40s and 50s mentality. You know, it takes women a long time to break before they just go, I'm just going to be into whatever my husband's into.
Right.
Like, you know, the husband makes duck calls.
Well,
the woman hates
these
it.
days, it's like that girl can always just get a job. That's the problem.
Right.
Now that she actually has better options than featuring for you.
Well, not even a comedian. I just want a girl that just
What's she gonna do? Huh?
you know, whatever we go do.
I don't know. I don't think those kinds of women are quite. You know, if you found that, I don't think you'd actually want that.
You know, you think it would be easier to find somebody with no direction in life.
There are people with no direction in life, but it's like they don't want to tag along with you on your 15-hour flight
Right.
to go to Puerto Rico or something.
They got their own dreams.
No, they're just not
you
fucking.
talk to them.
You got to pick up a homeless person. That's what you're looking for.
They'll tell you, they'll be like, no, I want to, you know, I'm writing a children's book. And it's just something
Not
that never
even
gets
that.
done.
But it's like, no, why wouldn't I do that? I could just watch Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually live a regular life. I'm not gonna hang out in a bus station with you.
That's the whole problem with America today.
Yeah, right.
The girls got too many options now.
Well, if it was you wouldn't want to tag along with somebody and you're not doing shit.
Right.
If it was free, it's like, no, that would be horrible. You don't want to think about what it's like when you have to hang out in the airport for 9 hours, and think about if you were doing that and you weren't getting paid.
Right.
That would be torture.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there.
How you're gonna get sick of whoever you're with? I mean,
I'm complaining about whatever you eat. Or I just wouldn't want to be out more than 25 weeks a year. Maybe every other week.
it's the life we're living. I mean,
Yeah, you say that.
that is
But I don't
exactly
know.
that's the
People
goal. That's
do it.
actually the goal.
Is
I mean,
what, 25 or
That's
50?
if you're doing good. Is if you're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, unless you're really crushing it, you're not like with your friends or something.
I'd have to splurge and get nicer hotel. Dude, I can't stand the smell of like a wagon wheel or a microtel or I don't know, Best Western. Those are the ones I stay at. Even the Holiday Inns gotta have levels. You could stay at a great Holiday Inn or a real shitty Holiday Inn.
You know, I think they gotta do for these hotels. They should I wish they could pump in a little bit of noise.
Yeah.
You ever get a hotel room that's too quiet?
Yeah.
Or it's
always.
like fucking spooky?
The doors are all heavy.
Yeah. But they gotta add like restaurant noise or something. So, you know, you hear a little bit of chatter. You hear like a little bit of like glasses clinking.
Yeah.
But it's like when you close that door and it's just like dead silence, it's like that's when you start going nuts.
They should start treating hotels like those clubs in Miami where they have bottle girls. Just have girls at the bar drinking martinis that you could flirt with. This way, at least it's not so bad.
Ambiance. Yeah.
You flirt with a girl, you go home and watch a movie in Italian.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you're not just like in a fucking cell.
Yeah.
In your little isolation cell.
Or when they bring you little candies, I like that. You know,
Yeah.
Holiday Inns don't do that. They're quick to charge you. I was just at a Holiday Inn, dude. We check in, everything's cool. No towels at all, zero. She's
Oh.
like, yeah, you can't get any towels. I'm sorry, we don't have any. You could buy some from Walmart. It's like a 15-minute walk.
Wow.
I'm like, how's this okay? We just couldn't shower.
Jeez.
Zero towels.
Yeah. Nope. Joe Biden's America. Huh?
It really is, dude.
Yeah.
Holiday Inns, you guys are slacking.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Holiday Inns are going downhill.
Mhm.
Days Inn, those are starting to step up the game up a little bit.
Yeah.
You go to a good Days Inn, the breakfast is good, the cupcakes are normal size.
Yeah.
I like any hotel that's got raw smoked salmon for the breakfast. They're doing good.
Yeah. The egg platter.
Yeah.
Where it's still hot. Yeah.
Or they got the poached eggs.
Anything that's not just like the little cereal boxes
Oh, yeah.
and like an orange.
that you can't peel.
Yeah.
Those
Just an
things.
orange that's been sitting there. And it's like you spend a half an hour trying to get the peel off.
I love when you're at a shitty hotel breakfast, the shittiest of them all, and you're like, I guess I got to force myself to eat this shit because there ain't nothing for another mile. And then the girl has the audacity to say, excuse me, are you staying here? Yeah, bitch. What do you think?
Right.
I want to poison myself?
Yeah, right?
You think I walked 40 minutes to this shithole for
Yeah,
this?
you think I just showed up in Atlanta?
There's a
It's-
treadmill there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the treadmill, you're not allowed to use it past 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is... Obviously, you want to get to a higher level, but it's like it's always that at some level.
It's depressing.
Even if you're like successful, I mean, you're always going to be dealing with this kind of stuff.
I wonder what that's going to be like. I hope I like it.
Yeah, well, at this point, you can't really turn back, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. At a certain point, I'd probably be like, I'm going to just become a YouTuber. If I'm only breaking enough even to do comedy, I'm not leaving my house no more. I'll
True.
figure out another way.
Yeah,
I'll start playing with toys on YouTube.
yeah.
Make a little kids show.
Opening boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's plug some dates, huh?
Yep.
Anybody? Well, this is going to come out for a couple weeks, so
I'll be leaving.
if you happen to be
Ohio.
in Ohio last week, you could have seen Dom at
Yeah.
the Horses.
Yeah, I'm doing the horses. Then I'm going back to Turks and Caicos, back to
Oh.
Nassau.
I know you love the Caribbean, huh?
I might be bringing a girl this time. I got to see if it gets okayed.
Oh yeah.
Of course, she doesn't like me, but you know.
Well, you got those tropical shoes you got on now too. So.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Those are nice. It's crazy. I was already in 2 street fights with those things.
Right. And then you're going to Greece,
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. That's actually not for till
Rome.
August.
Oh, yeah.
Rome and Greece.
Oh, we're
Greece.
almost at this summer's flying by.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah.
I just got offered, actually, they want to take away Rome, and they're like, hey, we'll give you a bonus if you want to go to Greenland and Finland. It's just, I don't know. I get it. I see it in Rome, but that's 13 days at sea if I do Greenland and Finland.
Wow.
The Rome thing's like just to Rome and Greece, and I'm back home.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Greenland's far. I mean, you go from
Dude.
Greenland to America.
I'd fly from America to one of those spots by Greenland.
Eh.
Get to actually get off and see Greenland, see another spot, and then get off, and then 13 sea days.
Just riding all the way back.
Yep.
Wow, that is far.
But the cool thing is with those ones, they're actually fun. The thing is, those long ones are actually more fun than the short ones because there's stuff you could do. Like, I'll get to hang out with a juggler, a magic guy. There's like 13 entertainers.
Oh yeah, because it's such a long thing.
It's such a long
Yeah.
one. We're all hanging out, having a good time. I always walk away from those happy that I did them, but it's
Wow.
long, dude. 13 days at sea.
How
is-
cool could Greenland be? Either? Yeah.
I'm going to be there for 4 hours. I looked at the itinerary.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, Finland would be all right, but yeah, you want to go to Rome?
I'm going to Rome again.
Yeah.
Get some of that pasta, some ceviche.
Is Rome your last one, or are you going after that? You're going to
Oh, no, I got other. I'm
Back to
going back
Turks?
to the Bahamas about 15 more times this year.
back to Honduras?
I got Jamaica, Honduras,
well, that area has been ravaged by this storm, so I think they need some,
Colombia.
little comedy.
Belize got hit.
Yeah.
We had to avoid. We couldn't even go to Belize on our last trip. They were getting smacked.
Right.
They had to avoid it.
Well, it's good that at least you are establishing a home base in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I know people by the regular. They go, "You're the comedy guy." The Caribbean.
Surprised you haven't picked up any Spanish, huh?
When I'm around them, sometimes I'll catch on what people are saying.
But you haven't actually. You can't just like rattle off.
No,
You
I
wanna
gotta
get
really
some-
be hanging with them for a few days.
You can't order tostones and
No, but I'm telling
Pollo.
you, dude, it's funny. Sometimes I hang with these people. A few words I do pick up. Italian. There's a lot of Italians on the ship too. I'll pick up some Italian.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff too. They're talking.
Yeah.
You see the hands, and
Bene qua.
If you just had to hear it, you wouldn't be able to pick it up. But you're in the context of like, this guy's probably talking about beer. He's, he wants a beer.
Most of the time, the Italians, dude, they are so much into the women. It's a sickness. I see why I go on dates a lot. That's my Italian heritage. There's actually, I think they're slightly possessed.
They're romantic.
Yeah, dude. They're like,
yeah, they're like operatic.
When you see it in real life, it's unreal.
It's a hit with the thunderbolt.
They would stab their own mother in the back for 5 minutes next to a pretty girl.
Oh, yeah, right.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
You see them, dude. They're all there, chest all out, the ego. I mean, dude, I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm like, man, it's crazy. I'm lucky I'm not that type of Italian, the foreigner Italian.
Yeah.
With the ego.
Well, it's the guy who wants to be like, he rides up on his little scooter and then he sings to the girl who's on the second floor.
It's always.
And he like does.
I'll tell you what it always is too, though. Realistically, they always want to tell me that we're not the same height, and we are. They'll wear those black dress shoes. They'll have their chest out. They'll look at it like it's a joke. Come on, we're not this, buddy. We're not the same height.
They're trying to say because they're in centimeters.
It's like, dude, nobody. First off, nobody brought up the height.
How many kilograms they are?
Right.
Yeah.
They'll stand there. Come on, buddy. You think you're my height? And you'll see our reflection. We're the exact same height. I'm like, bro. What do we have? What type of conversation? And the girl will be like 4 inches taller than us.
Those guys too. It's like they're used to being the short guy, tall girl couple.
Yeah.
Because that's how like that's the European style.
They're not even bothered by it.
Where you ride on your little Vespa and she's on the back and she's like way up
here.
here.
You'll see them.
Yeah.
Hanging with a tall girl.
Yep.
She'll be all in heels. They always want to brag about getting her coffee. I'll get it. It's like, relax. It's 93 cents.
Macchiato.
But yeah, they end up dating all the girls on the ships. That's the biggest problem. Those little short Italians clean up.
Yep. You got to get shorter and more Italian. Huh?
Well, my whole problem is I'm not ignorant enough. Like, I got to be like, it's 3. It seems like that's what they like.
All right.
Yeah, it's 3. I'll go to Cabano.